Here's your Fairfield area weather forecast. 80% chance for showers today, high 62. Thunderstorms likely tonight, the low 55. Thunderstorms possible tomorrow, high 58. Partly sunny, 45 on Sunday. And for Monday, as you head back to work, mostly cloudy skies with a high 52. Overnight low 53, yesterday's high 74. At 15/100ths of an inch of rainfall overnight. Currently, humidity at 97%, winds calm, pressure at 30.06. Cloudy skies right now and 54 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. And it's time for morning coffee on a Friday morning. Debuting the new theme song this morning.
That moves just fine for me. I like it.
Yeah, it kind of flows, don't it?
Certainly does. We're very, very fortunate to have Lori Robson here. We got all kinds of things to hear about this morning. Hi, Lori. How are you?
Good morning, boys.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
A couple things just to get off my chest. First of all, I'm going to tell you something. My wife is really remarkable. I was in Vincennes yesterday. Every time I go to Vincennes, I go to this resale store.
Oh, and she caught you, huh?
Well, no. So I buy 2 pairs of used shoes. You know, and you remember what she said.
Yeah.
We don't buy used shoes. Okay, so I got them wrapped up. Okay. Mm-hmm. I meet her at Classic for dinner last night.
Yeah.
I walk in, she says, "Those aren't your shoes." Can you believe it?
Very observant.
She hasn't found the pants yet.
For every new pair of shoe I buy, I have to get rid of one, according to my husband.
Well, you see, I it's not like I have a lot. It's just I like them used. I like them broken in.
He's cheap.
Yeah.
He's cheap.
I spent $7 on 2 pairs of shoes.
Now,
Exactly.
here's the big question.
Yes.
How's the internet
It's not working.
at your house?
I'm going to help him on that.
Lori's
Okay.
going to find me somebody.
Okay.
Because they got the modem into the man cave. I just can't connect to the internet.
Oh.
So Lori's going to help me.
Okay.
This is
All right.
this is the benefits of having an educated guest here who knows what's up.
He was a business teacher, you know,
Absolutely.
so I know how to do those
Perfect. I guess the Cardinals will not be going 162-0.
No.
things. No.
That was pretty upsetting. I listened to the end of it.
They looked good early yesterday, and just faltered down the stretch.
Got robbed of that home run at the
Oh,
very
at
end.
the very end, yeah. I'm going to go get me, as they say. You remember? You wouldn't remember. You remember Russell Wilson?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I talked Russell Wilson into being a Sunday school teacher one time for me at the First United Methodist Church, and 20-some years later, there he was.
I love the way, he had a strong German heritage. I love the way he said fish. He said fish.
Fish.
Fish. Guess what? They're going to have plenty of very good fish
All right.
today.
And in
Yes?
my hands, I have
Yes.
2 pair of tickets to
Really?
the Fairfield Rural Fire Department annual fish fry. Okay. Now we're going to give those away sometime during
Okay.
this hour.
All right.
okay?
Good.
All right.
Good. Anyway, that's coming up. They've got 11 to 1, and they got 4:30 to 7:30, I think.
All right.
And I just want to remind you, tomorrow's the radio auction, and
You betcha.
different this year. Please be ready. No cash, no checks. You got to go online. You can go right now. You can go to the Big Deal store. You can look by clicking on the auction tab. You can see all the things that are up for auction, and you can register now, just like you'd go to a regular auction.
That's right.
Get it all out of the way.
Only takes you about a minute. Doesn't take you very long at all.
No, even you and I can do that.
Yeah.
We're that literate.
Yeah.
All right, Lori, in my pork burger stained hands, I have the bucket of bunk. And so I'm going to launch into it. The birthdays today, Cy Young was born in 1867, 1955. Of course, everybody knows who Cy Young is. Yes, everybody knows who Cy Young is. His real
Yes.
name, Denton True Young.
Where did Cy come from?
I have no idea. 22 seasons in baseball, 511 wins. Nobody's within 90 of him. Walter Johnson with 90-some. He pitched for the St. Louis Perfectos for 2
It
years,
was like in 1890, wasn't it?
1899, and
Okay.
anyway, that they became the Cardinals. The Perfectos did. So he's a former Cardinal.
When were the St. Louis Browns in that?
The Browns, of course, then became the American League. St. Louis had 2 teams, one in the American League and one in the National League. And they
played
played
the World
each other,
Series.
1944, the Streetcar Series. Well, 5 different teams. Anyway, he's in the Hall of Fame, of course. By 1940, he was destitute. He was living on $300 a month from dividends from stocks that somebody had given him. And so it's kind of a sad story. And it's good that they have a pension in baseball because what happened to Cy Young. Sam Walton was born on this date in 1918, of course, the founder of Walmart. Before he died, he was the richest man in America, worth $8.6 billion. His wife's name, do you know this? Now, look
I
at me.
do not know his wife's name.
His wife's maiden name was Helen Robson.
Is that right?
So
Hey,
you got a little Walmart money that you didn't
maybe
tell
I
us
need
about?
to check in on some of that money.
You might be not far down the family tree.
There you go.
He married Helen Robson, and he's a Presbyterian. He was a Sunday school teacher. He died of bone cancer in 1992. Two daughters of Sam. His brother had two daughters. Now,
One of them's married to the.
Kroenke.
Yeah.
One of them's married to Stan Kroenke, who, of course, owned
Everybody hates
the St. Louis
around here.
Right.
Rams, and then
We don't like him.
sold
Moved him. That's
Yeah.
right. Moved him.
Walt Frazier. Mm-hmm.
He's an SIU grad, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
73 years old. He is. He was at SIU from 63 to 67. He was really recruited for football, but he said, "quote At that time there were no black quarterbacks." So he decided basketball was the way to go, and they won the NIT, I believe, in 1967.
And he went to the Knicks, right?
He was the Knicks, and he's the broadcaster now.
Okay.
They won two championships, only two championships they ever won.
Yeah.
Walt was the point guard. Earl Campbell, 1955.
Houston Oiler.
Yes. New Orleans Saints. He was a University of Texas grad.
Yep.
He also is the president and CEO of Earl Campbell Meat Products Incorporated.
Oh, okay.
You want a good sausage? You can
Hey.
talk to Lori Robson or you can talk to Earl Campbell.
You know,
There
and,
you go.
and he was planning for life after football. There you go.
Well, I'll tell you what, life after football has not been kind to him. He has arthritis and he has spinal stenosis and he cannot walk.
Yeah.
After
He's,
carrying the ball like that for all those years.
Yeah.
From Texas. The last birthday I have is Lucy Lawless. Does that name ring a bell for anybody?
That's
Yes.
the Warrior Princess, right?
It's Xenia, the warrior
Yeah.
princess. She's from New Zealand. She's also in the TV series Spartacus. In 2012, she and 6 others boarded an oil drilling ship in New Zealand and remained for 77 hours to stop it from going to the Arctic, where it was going to be used for oil exploration. She feels very, very passionate about the environment. So, the warrior princess. Other things on this date, just some interesting things happened on this date, March 29th. Niagara Falls stopped flowing in 1848.
Was that why? Earthquake or something?
One day due to an ice jam.
Oh,
Ice
jam.
jam.
Okay.
You didn't want to be there. I went there for my honeymoon.
Oh, nice. I've never been there. I'd like to go.
It is cool. It really is.
Especially when there's
It's
ice
flowing.
jamming
Yeah,
up.
well, when there's water coming
Then you
down.
don't get wet.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You went on that little ship that gets you all wet and everything. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Benny made
So you
his.
took the barrel over the falls?
No, I didn't
Okay.
take the barrel. I just stayed
Or
on
the
the ship.
tightrope.
Yeah.
There was a tightrope
Yes,
went
there
over,
Yes,
wasn't
there
there?
was.
Tightrope over the falls.
I think it was one of the Zolindas.
While we were there, somebody walked between two of the buildings, like 30 stories, on a wire. We were driving down the road. Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Right above us on the wire. Jack Benny made his radio debut in 1932. One of my, I just
All-time
love
favorites.
I love Jack Benny. 1961, the 23rd Amendment to the United States Constitution ratified. Any ideas?
23rd.
Is that the one that repealed Prohibition?
No, wait a minute.
Nope.
What year?
1961.
Oh, 61.
Is that got to be some kind of civil
That's
rights?
the civil rights.
Nope.
No,
this
that
allowed
was
the people
later.
that live in the District of Columbia to vote. Up to that point, they couldn't. They weren't a member of a
because
state.
they're not a state. Yeah.
Yeah.
1962, Jack Parr made his final appearance on The Tonight Show. Johnny Carson took over shortly thereafter. 71, Lieutenant William Calley Jr. of the U.S. Army found guilty of the premeditated murder of at least 23 Vietnamese civilians. It was known as the My Lai Massacre.
Oh, yeah.
Big, big news. 1973, I don't get this one. Hami, The Puerto Rican version of the rock opera Tommy opened in New York City.
Homie.
Tommy.
Elton Juan was the star, by the way.
Yes, he was. And you can see him in Mount Carmel coming soon.
Well, you know, Elton Juan, he probably did the Pinball Wizard in that one.
Well, it would probably be called something else.
Right.
The last U.S. troops left South Vietnam in 1973 on this date. In 87, Hulk Hogan took 11 minutes, 43 seconds to fell Andre the Giant in front of 93,000 people at WrestleMania 3 in the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan.
Saw Andre the Giant wrestle one time.
Did you?
Yeah. In Benton.
No.
Yeah. I took my dad and one of his friends for his birthday.
Yes.
And I bought front row seats. I made the mistake of sitting between those two.
Oh, man.
And they, what I'd be hoping is
Let's
that Andre
put it this
didn't
way.
fall out of the ring.
Let's put it this way. I felt like I had wrestled 11 minutes and 42 seconds during that.
I grew up watching wrestling with my grandma Vaughn, so I was a longtime wrestler fan.
Who was your
I don't watch
favorite?
it anymore.
Who was your fave?
Oh, man.
Did you have one?
I probably can't remember because I was like
But
8 years old.
I
but
loved
I just watched them all.
I loved the bad guys.
Right.
I remember years ago.
Dick the Bruiser.
Jerry the King Lawler.
Yes.
When I was growing up in Kentucky.
Yeah.
He had interest in a furniture store in Louisville. Jerry the King had a furniture. It was like
my
the King.
gosh.
It was like King Furniture, and every
Jerry the
commercial would
King.
have Jerry the
But
King.
here's the
There's
thing. I want to
King.
make this. I want to make this clear. Those were all real matches.
Oh, sure they were.
There was no
I
scripted
believed it.
wrestling.
8 years
Wrestling.
old.
There was no scripted wrestling.
That's right.
On this date in 1992, Democratic presidential frontrunner Bill Clinton said, quote, "I didn't inhale and I didn't try it again," end of quote, when he was referring to his experience with marijuana. Did not inhale.
What is with him and things that start with M and he didn't? Well, you know, he did inhale marijuana.
Yeah.
He
And
did
so
not
forth.
have-
And so
with Monica
forth.
Lewinsky.
With that lady, Miss Lewinsky. 1993, Clint Eastwood won his first Oscar. What was the movie?
1983?
1993.
93.
You got to take a shot at this one?
Gran Torino.
No.
No?
Nope, that was later.
Was it? Okay.
Oh, man. I'm such a movie buff person. I should know this.
She's going to have trivia later, by the way. Mark.
Oh, okay.
93.
93.
Oh, Unforgiven?
Perfect.
That's a,
Ding, 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 ding.
and actually, that's one of my favorite.
Oh, I don't
Clint
like
Eastwood
it.
movies.
I can't
What
watch
happened
it.
I love that movie.
What happened to the bell? We've lost the bell.
Ding, 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 ding.
Now,
And you're not talking about...
Nope.
Okay.
When I lived in Effingham, they came to the Effingham County Fair one year. Mm-hmm. Okay.
They played only the big venues.
Yeah. This was late in their career, obviously. So they show up at the fairgrounds like 11 o'clock in the morning, and they all pile out of the bus and they're sitting there, and they look and they say, "Well, you know what? The show doesn't start."
First headlining tour in her Canadian homeland in Sudbury, Ontario. I always thought she was a good-looking girl, Shania Twain,
Yeah.
and she's back, I believe. I
Yeah.
believe she's
Yeah.
back
She
touring,
was a
Back touring.
backup singer and then went out on her own.
and that's an Indian name, isn't it? Shania, an African American.
If not,
African-
we'll just
Native
say it is.
Native
I think
American.
I think it's a Native American name. I think you're right.
All right, so there's your bunk.
right.
And Lori's here. We're gonna trap her on 2 counts. One, she's going to talk a little bit about the Wayne County CEO program, and I've got other stuff we can talk about as well. And she's in a new business endeavor,
Ooh.
and we're going to find out about that too.
All right.
But we're going to take a break, and while we're gone, what's going to happen?
We have those 2 tickets, actually 2 pairs of tickets to the Fairfield Rural Fire Department fish fry going on today. And we've got a couple of pairs of tickets. So the first couple of callers at 842-3715, you'll each get a pair of tickets during the commercial break.
If you're hungry for some delicious Deep South barbecue, then go down to the Big Deal store at WFIWradio.com and purchase the $20 gift certificate for only $14.
At Simple Mobile, you get the no contract advantage. Unlimited talk and text plus 3 gigabytes of high-speed data now for $20 a month for the first 3 months. Just $20 a month on a lightning-fast 4G LTE nationwide network and no contract. That's our best deal ever. Learn more at simplemobile.com. Simple Mobile, out with the old, in with the simple.
Requires new auto re-up enrollment by 3/31/19. $23.75 per month after first 3 months. Credit card and Simple Mobile account required for enrollment. See terms and conditions of service at simplemobile.com.
I'm Tiffany Haddish, and I use Groupon so much, they made me the spokesperson. When you use Groupon to save up to $100 a week on what you do every day, you can use Groupon to save towards things you might not do every day. Save at a salon and have money to try out that new restaurant, go to a concert, or get a massage. The more you save, the more you can do. It's not rocket science. It's saving money. Hello? Download the app and save. Groupon.
WFIW 104.9 and WFIWradio.com. Hey, congratulations to Carmen Cruz and Lois Moyer. Both picked themselves up a couple of pairs of tickets to the Fairfield Rural Fire Department Fish Fry. That's going on today at the fire department east of town.
Good.
Hi, I'm Gary Moore, and I am running for alderman in the 4th Ward in Fairfield. Over the last month, I've expressed some of my concerns and laid out corrective actions for the city. On April the 2nd, I am asking for your vote. Fairfield should be run with common sense and business sense. A vote for me makes sense. That's Gary Moore for 4th Ward Alderman.
Fairfield Memorial Hospital is proud to be celebrating their first anniversary at the Sisney Medical Clinic. To thank the community and patients for their support of the clinic, Fairfield Memorial Hospital is having a celebration on Friday, March 29th from 2 to 5 p.m. at 413 Park Street in Sisney. Stop by and take a tour of their modern, comfortable exam rooms, meet the staff, enjoy light refreshments, and register for several door prizes from local businesses and one grand prize. Fairfield Memorial Hospital, excellence in healthcare.
April showers bring March umbrellas. Brighton's Enchanted Garden umbrella is free with $100 purchase of Brighton. It's the prettiest way to brighten your day when the rain comes. What's new in the spring collections? Tribal, stars, stripes, fringe, and vintage graffiti tees. In Jag, the Amelia Slim in light gray, and the #1 Amelia cuffed hem in denim. Dresses from casual to Easter look, size small through XXX. Stop by and let the Carnaby girls tempt you with a new ensemble. Every day is a fashion show, so join the Carnaby Runway.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when President Kennedy created the Peace Corps?
I have today signed an executive order providing for the establishment of a Peace Corps on a temporary pilot basis.
The Soviets put guinea pigs, mice, and a dog in orbit and recovered its Cosmo critters. The 23rd Amendment gave Washington, D.C. residents the right to vote for president. Heavyweight champ Floyd Patterson kept his title by knocking out Ingemar Johansson in the 6th round. And these were the songs we heard on the radio.
Gee whiz. Think twice. Don't worry about me. I don't know why I love you, but I do. Staying in my life away with you. Right back. Please river with me.
Simple. We were touchable.
You can have. Now they call me Little Boy Sam.
Think you got it? Well, hold on. The answer and just a touch of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
What does your morning sound like?
Goodbye, baby.
She's finally asleep.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
Can I get a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles?
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Come to McDonald's for breakfast and enjoy 2 savory bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits for just $4. Price and participation may vary. For a limited time, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
March 1961. Won't you please surrender to me?
Elvis Presley and Surrender, the top song of March 1961. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another time capsule.
Rothrock Auction will have a public auction at the Olney City Park on Saturday, March 30th at 10 a.m. The property of Wendell and Alice Messenger, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home located at 1108 West Mack Avenue, will sell at 10 a.m. There will be antiques and collectibles, furniture, kitchenware, appliances, lawn and garden. A 2010 Saturn Vue with only 81,000 miles. For more information, visit rothrockauction.com. Rothrock Auctions, Mark Rothrock, auctioneer.
Champion Laboratories in Albion is expanding its workforce with increased competitive wages and a great benefits package. Assembly positions start at $14.75 per hour. Machine setup and warehouse positions start at $17.55 per hour. And maintenance positions start in the upper $20 per hour range based on experience. You must be available to work any shift. Apply in person at Champion Laboratories at champlabs.com or check out Facebook for more information. You could be the next champion of the extra mile.
Grab your moms, your daughters, and your friends to Fairfield for a shopping day geared just for the ladies. The Fairfield Retail Merchants and the Fairfield Chamber of Commerce have a full day planned for you. Socializing, shopping, and of course, sales. Girlfriend's Day Out is Saturday, April 6th. Plan to spend the day in Fairfield. Don't have a sitter for the kids? Don't worry, they have you covered. Babysitting will be available while you shop. Call 842-6116 for more information. Black's Fashion Flowers in downtown Fairfield can make any occasion more special with custom-designed floral arrangements and gift items. Check out their selection of Southern Illinois-made Ravenswood Hollow soaps and candies, Southern Sisters gourmet food items, and clean-burning soy candles. Black's also has a wide selection of sympathy items. Plus, they're your home for tuxedo rentals from Jim's Formal Wear. Give them a call at 847-7076 or stop in at 310 East Main. Black's Fashion Flowers, your florist with a personal touch, across from the courthouse in downtown Fairfield.
Good morning. I have a little piece of advice for people if they're traveling down I-64 and they're from out of state.
Or 57.
Or 57. Our signal stretches over 57.
Or 69.
If you're...
Or 80.
Or anywhere. Or West Delaware.
Yeah,
okay?
I-10. If you're going down I-10, here's some advice.
If you see a state police officer pulled off on the side of the road with somebody, there's no excuse anymore. You better slow down. You better hit the brakes and get left. After yesterday or the day before, the second state trooper being hit and killed on the side of the roadway, they're taking it very serious. And so I'm just, my little belly up to the trough of knowledge and slurp, belly up to the trough and stay away from the state cops on the side of the road because they're they should be extremely sensitive about it right now.
I think you need a bumper sticker. I like that. Hit the brakes and get left. I love it.
You better
hit the brakes and get left.
Because I don't think there's going to be an excuse anymore. You know, when I would get up on a state trooper and I had a semi on my left side, I would say, hey, I couldn't get left. I should have slowed down when I saw.
Right.
Yep. Because they're not going to take that excuse anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. By the way, say congratulations once again to Lois Moyer and Carmen Cruz.
They're winners. They're going to have some fish.
You betcha.
Maybe a fish sandwich.
Fish.
Well, Lori, first of all, congratulations on you and your husband's new business ever.
Yeah, thank you.
The big boy, Max Weaver, is a gym. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I sure hope the answer's right. All right. You're please going to still have smoked hams for Easter, aren't you?
Yes, smoked hams. We're not changing the barbecue sauce.
Good.
You know, all of these things people have told us we can't change. We weren't going to plan on changing anything, so it's going to be the same.
Now, you're building another facility, right?
Yeah, we're going to build an addition out at our house to prepare the food and all that. So
cool.
Yeah. We looked around town for something, a building or something, and just couldn't really find anything that would meet the health department specifications because there's certain specifications you have to have, you know, in order to prepare food. And then, unless you're going into an already made restaurant, you know, but we had to have room for the smokers and all of that. So
all my best to the big boy, Max Weaver. I love Max, and you couldn't. I know he just had gone through, a surgery, and he's recovering, and God bless him. I hope he recovers quickly. But, boy, am I glad the big boy
it's going to continue.
Forward.
Yeah, and we're just changing the name slightly, Big Boy Catering.
He's left it in good hands because I had a a pulled pork and a
did you?
brisket the other day, and man, were they good.
Saturday mornings, you're still going to be out there on Saturday mornings, right?
Yes, we are.
I think we were. What was it like? It was not quite 10 o'clock when I was over there,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
So,
Oh, that's
People are
wonderful.
lined up by 9:30 typically.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I'm glad.
So thank you.
Congratulations.
Yes.
We're thrilled
excited
for you.
and-
We wish you all the best, and we look forward. Remind me to talk to you before Easter, okay?
Okay.
all righty.
And you're involved in other things besides working at the high school. You've been there how long?
Oh, 20-some years, 22 years, I think.
Mercy.
You know, I didn't start till I was 35, so I'm one of those latecomers. But hey, doesn't really matter. You start and you're there.
I did a commentary this morning about how significant the advice that teachers give students, and
Yes.
isn't what you do a warm fuzzy?
It is, and you know, unfortunately, a lot of teachers don't ever know what they do for our students because, you know, they go on after 4 years, especially in the high school, and sometimes you'll get them to come back and say, "I remember what you did for me," but not a lot. But it's still a great feeling that you're teaching the future leaders. And
I'm not just saying this because I'm on the hill east of FCHS. You guys do great work there.
well, thank
You
you.
really do. Not just, we on and on here about undefeated football seasons and great basketball teams and volleyball teams and stuff like that. In the classroom, in the classroom, things are getting done. There's some positive role models there, and
Right.
I know from my own experience as a parent with students there, it was a great place for my kids to be.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
All right,
Thank
now
you.
you're involved in other things too.
Oh gosh,
So
always.
tell us a little bit. You're sort of the point person to talk to us about the Wayne County CEO program. Now, on our airwaves, we have a young man from Wabash County who has started his own business that he's grinding stumps.
Yeah, Clay Marks, Stumpies, sponsors the weather every Tuesday and Thursday.
Isn't that remarkable?
It's great.
He identified a market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's going after it. And that's a great success story for what you're trying to do.
And
Exactly.
That's really the whole gist of the program.
Exactly. Trying to teach those kids those entrepreneurial skills, how to, come up with a business plan, an idea. And of course, we always want them to, their idea should be their passion, what they're passionate about. And that's
Perfect.
probably what Stumpy's was. He probably enjoyed those type of things outside. And so do that and then teach them how to run a business and how to use the profits. And
They're going to be shadowing some of the best business people we have in this town.
yes, they are.
Is that somebody trying to get on the show?
I think it is.
Well, let's try it real fast.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
This is Teresa Vincent.
Oh, then you're on the air, Teresa, and you shouldn't be.
All right.
Excuse me.
Hang on just a second, Teresa.
Okay.
See if we can get somebody for you.
Let's see if we can get Tom to pick that up.
But the CEO, the
Yes.
actual CEO stands for Creating Entrepreneurial Opportunities. And the idea actually spun way back in 2006. There was a teacher in Effingham, Craig Lindvall, and one of his students came up to him and said, I would really like to meet with a business person because I have this interest in running a business and so forth. So he hooked him up, and the student came back to him in his classroom and said, I learned more in that meeting with this business person than I have learned in any of my classes at the high school.
Knew Craig very well. Great
Did
man.
you? Yeah.
great
And
man.
and he's
He's
still
an Effingham
around.
guy.
He's
Yeah.
still working with
Yes,
the
he is.
program. So from that spun up in County a steering committee and then a board, and they kind of let Craig go off with it and kind of develop the plan and the program himself. And through that now we have the Midland Institute of Entrepreneurship that actually leads and trains and mentors all of the CEO programs. So 2008 was the first program, of course, in Effingham. And then now we're up to 51 CEO programs.
Now, this is not just going to be at FCHS, right? It's a Wayne County.
It is a Wayne County. So Wayne City High School and Sisney High School has now decided to join along. So there will be students from all three high schools.
And it doesn't necessarily mean I'm a straight A student, so I get in.
No.
Motivation is a great thing, but it doesn't mean you have to be a straight A student.
No.
But you're not taking everybody, are you?
No, we are not. It is a blind application. So we do have a website, WayneCountyCEO.com, where parents or anyone can actually go on and see some information. But the students, we really want them to go on and click on the submit application button, and then basically they will get text messages, emails about deadlines that are coming up. So when we do our registration in January, we had 9 seniors, and I will tell you, step back, the CEO program typically is for juniors and seniors. Wayne County CEO, we're only going to open it up next year for just seniors as the inaugural year, just to kind of get our foot wet and all that.
So they go directly into the market, possibly.
That's exactly. And so we had in January, when I did registration, I had 9 students sign up saying they were interested. I'm not for sure how many Wayne City had, but out of that 9, and it's a blind application, so they click on the application, they put all of their information in there. I am the only one at the high school that can see all of the information, and then I'm called a non-redacted person that reviews the applications, and then all of the board members, they don't see names, addresses, what school they're from.
There's no possibility that I'm going to take care of my neighbor.
Right. And so we have right now, Fairfield has 5 students who have submitted their applications. Wayne City has 4. And we heard yesterday or the day before that Sisney at least has 1 individual that's interested. And we have others that have their application is still pending. They're not finalized. But if we can get 10 students, that would be wonderful. I don't think we'd want any more than 15 for the first year. But, we're shooting for 10, and it looks like we're going to get that.
Lori, one of the things coming back here, within the last year that became obvious to me is that we desperately need jobs. We need people. Right. We need to keep our folks the best at FCHS here in Fairfield and Wayne County, and in Wayne City and Sisney, for that matter. This is an opportunity because there are services, there are business opportunities that can be filled. At the end of this, the best possible thing is that you get a replication of Stumpy's, that you get somebody that sees a business. They can find folks that'll help them get started.
Right.
Put together the capital that they need to be able to make it happen. If they need equipment, et cetera, et cetera. Right. Isn't that the best?
That's exactly right. Yes, that's exactly right.
Well, I can think of.
You can think of at least one, right?
I can think of one. That's a somebody that can help me with my computer. Really, seriously. I mean, I asked around. Most of our, we've got 8 employees, 9 employees here. They all live in town.
Sure.
And so almost always I'll say, do you know somebody? First of all, I'll go to the folks that support the radio station. But if there's somebody that I need, like I'll find, somebody that provides a service, somebody here will give me the referral.
Sure.
And then I'll call and I'll pursue it. But there are things that you can't get in Fairfield or in Wayne County.
I had somebody ask me the other day about construction and so forth, and I just started telling them, rattling off names, and I said, you know what? I need to start a Lori's list, like Angie's list, because I know a lot of people. And I'm related to a lot of people, and I can hook you up.
Now, including the Walmart clan.
That's right.
She didn't realize she's married. She's married into Sam Walton's tree.
There you go.
You should bankroll all of this.
I should. So.
Did for that example, the one that you just gave.
Right.
Didn't the trades program go from the high school to the college?
Basically, our building trades program was not operating for, maybe 3, 4, 5 years.
Which is a terrible shame because it was a huge success.
It was great. It just, I don't know the reason why, if it was just the money, they just couldn't make enough to sustain the program. But then the college picked it up, and so we actually now have dual credit classes through their construction trade.
Because there's so many trades that people can get jobs in.
Absolutely.
So
I've said all along, besides the high school that we have, the academics that we have to do for the state mandated testing. Right. Of course, they assume everyone's going to college, and that's not the case. I've always said we need a vocational high school to teach those trades. If the state would just do that. And actually, a little bit later, I'll ask you a question about maybe something that the state's going to do and see if you know that.
All right. In the meantime, and how are we getting close? Do we have to take a break?
We do.
Okay.
We need to take a break here before long.
But
I do want to come back and tell you a little bit more about CEO, if you don't mind. Just a little bit more tidbits, and then we'll do trivia.
Go ahead and do that right now before we take the break. We have a couple minutes before we take the break. Go ahead and tell us a couple more things that you needed to be able let the folks know about here on Morning Coffee.
Right. Well, the thing about the CEO program, it is different. It's not the straight A student. We do want the students that have good work ethics, have a passion for either business or wanting to do something different than going to college and maybe getting that 4-year degree. The classes run a little bit differently. It is not like your typical lecture, academic, educational class. So
you go out in the field a lot.
I know you do. They'll probably be coming out here to visit WFIW, WKOZ. So they'll do business visits. They will have guest speakers that will come into the program. Once they start developing their plan, they actually do a class project to raise money for the class. And it's not like the facilitator is what we have. And by the way, that's going to be Mrs. Mary Musgrave for next year. You know, she is not going to say, okay, this is how we do this. It's kind of like, okay, guys, we got to come up with a business plan. Here you go. And the kids they'll have to learn that kind of on their own. Yes, they'll have mentors. We'll hook them up with each mentors in the community. But they'll do a class project to raise money for the class. They'll also do their individualized projects. And that's where people may not understand the kids actually can make money at this program.
Yeah.
At the end of the program, end of the year, they have what's called a trade show. And I'm sure you probably remember when WFIW did those trade shows at the high school. And it's similar to that, but the kids will have whatever their business is, whether it's a product, whether it's a service. They will put their wares on display, and people will come and purchase their products or make an appointment to have their service done, and the kids make money. And then the best display or the best business can win $500, then they can go on to district or state or something, I can't remember, make more money. So they're earning money to actually continue that business. And just like Stumpy's, and there's another female, and I don't remember her name, I have it here on my papers, but from Edwards County that does the Jars of Hope, that she started the little meals in a jar, and she's still in college, and it's helping to pay for her college.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you can earn money. You can start a business, and that's what we really want. We want, as we talk about Airtex closing and seeing that happening, bringing business back to the community, even though it may be just a small proprietorship, it's still going to be something that's going to feel, like you said, that niche that we don't have.
Well, hey, if you hire 1 or 2 people, that's 1 or 2 people with jobs that would not have jobs before.
And that money walks down Main Street, and we've got to take a break, and we're going to come back. And Lori's got some trivia for us. This might be very difficult for you and me. I'm just telling you, Turner. We'll be back with more Morning Coffee after this.
Hi folks, this is Sandy at Gale Sales and Service. Here in Southern Illinois, we are on the verge of spring. Woohoo! To move out the old and bring in the new, we are having a sale on some of our discontinued items. There are dishwashers, ranges, side-by-side, and top-mount refrigerators and dehumidifiers on the list with up to 20% off. Come in soon and check on these sale items to receive some excellent values. That's Gale Sales and Service at 1605 West Main in Fairfield. Check them out on our website at gilesales.com.
At FNB, we believe in us, not us, the bank, us, the farmers, us, the families, us, the community. That's why we continuously and proudly support, invest in, and volunteer throughout our region. So whether you're from Fairfield, Wayne City, Sisney, Grayville, or anywhere in between, you'll always find a friendly and helpful neighbor right here at home. FNB, Banking Business Life. Member FDIC.
We are at Grundmann's at 906 North 7th Street, Vincennes, and this weekend it is the center of Shoe Savings Dome.
It is. You walk in, you start with the sidewalk. We've got a lot of styles out there marked down. You come inside, we've got tables galore inside. Then you go through the double doors, and there's where your really big savings continues.
Savings on work boots as much as $100 off.
$100 off, that's right.
As we've said before, that's real folding money.
That is one crisp $100 bill.
And if you buy 2 pairs, you could save $200.
Exactly.
See, we know how to do the math here. Grundmann's is at 906 North 7th Street, Vincennes. Got some help. People come in, but what you ought to do is bring the whole family.
That's right. Come on in. We've got shoes for all ages, all sizes, all styles.
Grundmann's, 906 North 7th Street in Vincennes, 8 to 8 Thursday and Friday, Saturday 8 to 5. It is the big spring sale.
Hi, I'm Gary Moore, and I am running for alderman in the 4th Ward in Fairfield. Over the last month, I've expressed some of my concerns and laid out corrective actions for the city. On April the 2nd, I am asking for your vote. Fairfield should be run with common sense and business sense. A vote for me makes sense. That's Gary Moore for 4th Ward Alderman.
I shop as hard as you shop to bring you the best values at Ubinger's Furniture Company in Flora. This is Sherry Harvey, owner of Ubinger's Furniture, inviting you to see over 25,000 square feet of quality furniture, bedding, and accessories from nearly 20 respected names. You may also see samples of our merchandise at ubingers.com. We've been dedicated to our customer satisfaction for over 30 years, so you can trust us to furnish your home with the personal service and style you deserve at Ubinger's Furniture Company, Highway 50 East, Flora.
Carrier has a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable this winter without burning your budget. With smart temperature management and remote access options, it's easier than ever to control your home's climate. And Carrier energy-efficient systems can help reduce utility bills without sacrificing comfort. For more complete comfort and greater peace of mind, turn to the experts at Carrier. Call Sam or Kara at Complete HVAC and Plumbing today at 445-3329 or visit their website at CompleteHVAC.org.
Rothrock Auction will have a public auction at the Olney City Park on Saturday, March 30th at 10 a.m. The property of Wendell and Alice Messenger, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home located at 1108 West Mack Avenue, will sell at 10 a.m. There will be antiques and collectibles, furniture, kitchenware, appliances, lawn and garden. A 2010 Saturn Vue with only 81,000 miles. For more information, visit rothrockauction.com. Rothrock Auctions, Mark Rothrock, auctioneer.
Hi, I'm Gary Moore, and I am running for Alderman in the 4th Ward in Fairfield. Over the last month, I've expressed some of my concerns and laid out corrective actions for the city. On April the 2nd, I am asking for your vote. Fairfield should be run with common sense and business sense. A vote for me makes sense. That's Gary Moore for 4th Ward Alderman.
10 minutes before 9 now. It's time to talk with Larry Lyday from One Stop Flooring in Mount Vernon. Good morning, sir.
Hey, Mark. Good morning. How's everybody over there?
We are doing great. How about yourself?
Good. A little cloudy. Looks like a little rainy forecast coming in for Mount Vernon. So we're
that's about what we've got over here. But with spring coming on, and everybody thinks about those spring rains and, you know, a little bit of mud. But you guys have some flooring. And, you know, if you don't want to do the flooring, you got some of those cool rugs that will help keep your floor clean.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, we sell a lot of little walk-off mats. You know, everybody needs at their door this time of year. I think we got them like $25, and they're nice. They're heavy, and they're kind of they're similar to what you see at Walmarts and a lot of the convenience stores and stuff. So we've got some walk-off mats, brown, gray. I think there's a couple colors up there, but 3x5s roughly, a little bit smaller maybe, but 3x4s. But yeah, for $25 they make a nice rug to throw at the garage or at the front porch and let some of that mud and track stuff come off their shoes. Solve that before they come in. So,
but if
when they do come in, then when they do come in, you got the LVP flooring, Mark. We got a bunch of new shipments in for spring, so we're loaded as far as stock. So if someone's looking for a deal on the vinyl locking floating floors, I mean, we've got some beautiful colors and hickory looks, and with attached cushion, 20 mil embossed. I mean, I think there's some $249 and $349. There's great prices on it too. So
let's talk some deals. What do you got deal-wise over there? I know you got financing that is easy to get, and I know you always have 12 months free financing. Is that right?
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, we always 12 month interest free. It's a 5-minute, little credit app, basic information, and run through Synchrony, and you'll get a Flooring America credit card. We'll get you set up with a line of credit. We do a lot of those, and we've got the. We're doing a lot of backsplashes. We're doing a lot of you're talking about deals. We've got a new shipment of Cardinal Cub rugs just came in. For baseball, of course, kicked off yesterday. So we got Cardinal Cub rugs, the nice little 3x5s. I think we got them on sale, $49.95. And I got some blues too. Can't forget my blues. They're going in the playoffs here hopefully tonight. So, we got a lot of sports rugs, and as far as deals, we are clearing out some area rugs upstairs. If anybody's looking for a 5x8 area rug, stop in and ask to see what we've got. We're closing out a bunch of those. We went to that, Mark, I don't know if you remember, we talked about the website. There's 35,000 rugs now online on our website. So a lot of people are going to the website and ordering, so we're not going to probably stock as many going forward. So we're going to clear out what we've got. Sheet vinyl, anybody looking for some sheet vinyl? If there's anybody out there has rental property or likes to use sheet vinyl, 12-foot, 13.2 wide, and 16 wide. I've got a couple rows 16-foot wide. You never see that to save seams. Anybody looking for some sheet vinyl, we're going to be clearing out a bunch of that too. So a lot of stuff going on. I mean, we're here tonight till 5, and tomorrow I'm working till 3. Love to hear about your projects and bring in stuff. And, of course, the Benjamin Moore paint's starting to kick off too, Mark, so they're going to start painting outside for long as it warms up a little bit. A lot of Benjamin Moore paint, going to be sold this spring, and we're excited about that as well.
All right, sounds like a plan. Appreciate the visit, Larry. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Okay, thanks, Mark. See you later.
Radar Weather is sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
Are your retirement savings scattered about in several old 401ks and IRAs? Let Conard Financial Group provide you with education on what options you may have. Call Conard Financial Group at 842-7855 today and take control of your retirement assets. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned. Like our page on Facebook, Conard Financial Group.
%, chance for showers today with a high 62. Thunderstorms likely tonight, high 55. Possibility of thunderstorms tomorrow, high 58. Partly sunny, 45 on Sunday. Monday, mostly cloudy, 52. And for Tuesday, partly cloudy with a high 58. Overnight low was 53. Yesterday's high, 74. Currently, humidity at 97%. Winds from the north-northeast at about 2 miles an hour. Pressure 30.06. Right now, cloudy skies, still 54 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar showing nothing in terms of precipitation in Illinois. Most of the rainfall down to the south of us in Arkansas and Tennessee. And there is some pop-up showers out in western Missouri this morning.
Radar Weather has been sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, in community since 2003.
We're back.
All righty. And we're ready for trivia.
We are. We're ready for it.
And I brought plenty of trivia for you guys.
All right. Well, I don't know if we're going to get more than about 4 or 5 questions in. So give us your best shots, Lori. And by the way, Lori Robson here, heir to the Walmart fortune. And by the way, I have numbers. You have some numbers. Somebody requested numbers for Big Boy Catering. Chris, you can contact him at 599-8015. Lori at 599-6075. And so those are the main contact numbers,
sure,
if you'd like to call.
And we do have our niece's numbers, but I don't have my phone with me,
That's
so
okay.
I can't get my number.
So I would just say you can do that if you want to get yourself an Easter ham. My recommendation to do that. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Who were two instrumental people in Fairfield that actually started thinking about CEO and bringing it to Fairfield?
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that it came out of the bank, Fairfield National Bank. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a buzzer that goes, nah?
No, it didn't?
No.
Okay, well, where'd it come from?
So it came out of actually Elastec's board of directors.
No kidding.
Donnie Wilson and Dee Monge. So Dee was on that board, and Donnie Wilson, of course, as you know, started his entrepreneurial career at the age of 17.
Yes.
And so they said, we need to bring something like this to CEO or to Wayne County. And Donnie, of course, was on the CEO board at White County. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where it originated. Then, of course, it went into a steering committee.
Yes.
And then, of course, the bank did get involved at that point. And the board, and Richard Montgomery, now the president of FNB, is now the president of the CEO board. And that's kind of where it originated.
Richard's the one who came to talk to me about it early on.
Yeah. Yeah. How many investors do we have to get in order for this CEO of Wayne County to continue?
I'm going to say 50.
I'm going to say 25.
Okay, so initially we had to have 25 investors that would give $1,000 each. That was just kind of like to tell Midland Institute we want to do it. So I kind of consider that like a franchise, okay?
Okay.
And then we have to have at least 34 or 35 investors for the next 3 years to give $1,000 each year. So that's $35,000 per year for the next 3 years.
Clearly I'm right then.
So, it takes a lot of money to do something like this. Okay, the very first, I did some research on entrepreneurship, and over 20,000 years ago, the very first entrepreneurial business, if you want to say that. And
dinosaur meat.
Well, I mean, really and truly, you're probably close because people back then would barter fur and tools and rocks and meat. If you wanted something, you would go to your neighbor. And so the bartering system.
You need a good brontosaurus steak, and you need to have it smoked just right. A Bronto burger, yes.
And then I talked to you a little bit about this. So after the Civil War, we had several people that were considered the first entrepreneurs of America.
Yes.
And there is one person that you're probably not thinking of that a professor in Virginia actually considers this guy to be America's first entrepreneur.
I'm going to take a wild stab and say Ben Franklin.
No, he considers George Washington the first entrepreneur because he led the nation in trying to build up the nation's credit, establish stable currency, infrastructure, and keeping peace. Now, Alexander Hamilton, we know, also helped do that,
yes.
But he does consider Washington to do that.
Okay. We got room for one more?
One more. So I mentioned about the robber barons earlier being a
yes.
German
yes.
An entity where they would actually take taxes and tolls for people that cross their land. And so
sort of the same as what we have going on in the state of Illinois right now.
It could be. And so who do you think would be some of our really wealthy robber barons in America after the Civil War?
After the Civil War.
Railroad.
Yes.
Oh.
Has to do with the railroad, I'm sure.
That's one. And who was the railroad?
Oh, man.
Hard telling.
You would ask.
I don't have a name, do you?
Do not. Can't think of a name.
There were several different people in the railroad. Vanderbilt was in the railroad.
No.
Carnegie was in the steel.
Yes.
And who was the big one that had the oil?
Oh, Rockefeller.
Rockefeller. And then, of course, you had your antitrust laws that come up and kind of stopped all of that. So it was very interesting to read all this.
You know, Lori, we've got to have you
back. Come back.
Would you? We'll talk about that after the show because we've got to do this again. It was delightful.
Requirement though, you got to bring some brisket.
Yes.
Hey, I can do that.
Okay. And good luck because we're really pulling for you.
Sure. Thank you
we
so
are.
much.
Thank you, Lori Robson, with us on Morning Coffee. Have a nice weekend. Be here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the auction.
News, talk, sports, and classic rock. This is the station listened to, not just heard. 104.9 WFIW FM Fairfield, Illinois.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City, where there's everyday low prices on Serta, Ashley, Catnapper, and Benchcraft mattresses.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump holds his first rally since the special counsel report finding his campaign did not conspire with the Russian government to influence the 2016 election.
Robert Mueller was a god to the Democrats, was a god to them until he said there was no collusion. They don't like him so much right now.
The president in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The Mueller report, we're told, is 300 pages long, give or take. So far, we've seen Attorney General William Barr's summary. The Supreme Court stops the execution of a cop killer in Texas.
Patrick Murphy, the Buddhist, asked his spiritual advisor be